This YouTube video was presented by Screamscape, your ultimate guide to theme parks.
It's the Coaster Crew.
Oh my God, that was so much fun!
Good morning. We're kicking off day 3 of IAAPA here with Kevin from S&S. He's the vice president. Now tell us a little bit, if you look behind us, you can see the name has changed a little bit since the last time we saw you last year.
About a year ago, we started negotiating with a Japanese firm called Sansei Technologies. Sansei has 3 divisions, elevators, escalators, staging equipment, and amusement. Their 2 major customers in the amusement are Disney and Universal Studios. They're
good customers.
Yes, they're more of a custom house. They had an interest in us because we have more standard set product. We like them because they have a great depth of engineering, quality control, and taking a lot of our creativity and matching it up with the maturity and depth of a Sansei made for a great marriage. So about a year ago we started things. They made their first stock purchase in August of 2012 and finished their purchase last Tuesday, Election Day. They currently own 78% of S&S, and the Kaufman family, who've been with us from the very beginning, maintain the other 22% ownership. So starting this show forward, we are S&S Sansei Technologies Inc.
So does that mean that there's going to be S&S and S, or?
We were thinking maybe just...
Well, I want to make sure we don't get too many S's in there, because then it sounds like we're a snake, and I don't want to be a snake. So, no.
Well, behind us we have a new car design for your local cars.
Yes, correct. If you're familiar, last year we had our 8-seat version, which
with the Green Lantern, right?
With Green Lantern, which went to Warner Brothers Australia. And keeping with that same open design, we went ahead and took our 4-seat model, got away with some of the heavy fiberglass and bulky seat restraints, and went to more a streamlined. This seat restraint was one of the few in the world that's accepted by the Australian Safety Code. TUV is past CSCI, of course ASTM. And we just like the more open look to the vehicle and the more standardization. Now, so it doesn't matter if it's an 8 or a 4, it has the same seat, same restraint, inventory control. It's just a much better thing for us.
And it looks a lot more open, too.
Yes.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm familiar. I've been on Steel Hog a whole bunch of times, and this looks like definitely improvement over what you had there.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to go through a barrel roll, if you're going to go through that 45 outbank or 122-degree drop, let's have as much air around you as possible and make it a little more intense, have more fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, that's very cool. But now that we got that out of the way, you guys have some of the coolest new products we've seen on the show floor this year.
Well, thank you. A few of these have been in the works for about 2 years, and I'm not sure which way you want to go, but let's go with the easiest and most benign and get to the most complicated, okay?
All right.
Let's go over to our new seat design for our tower rides. As you all know, we've got 147 tower rides in the world. New for 2013-14 will be the Sochi Tower for the Winter Olympics. So our tower will be featured in that Winter Olympic Games. And so they're having some flame theming to it and everything else. And what we did to get increased capacity is we took, as you know, we have 12 and 16. Now we've got 20 seats in the round. That lends way for a future idea that we're going to introduce in 14-15. But I'm going to keep that quiet for right now.
No, you can't tease
Yeah,
us
oh,
like
I
that,
can.
Kevin.
I can, because then
See,
you'll come back.
he just wants us to come back next year and interview him again.
He's like,
And I promise this seat is not going deer hunting. It doesn't need the deer in orange. It was just something to get people's attention. But you notice the foam has a new updated look to it.
Absolutely.
One of the things that's always been great for S&S, and for our customers particularly, is that our foam is field replaceable. Now that doesn't sound like much, but when you consider a lot of the seats out there have to be taken off the ride, sent to the factory, they burn the foam off, and then they remold it. Very expensive process, and shipping, timing, everything else.
And it can also take your ride down for a number of time, too.
And so for the S&S, we've always prided ourselves in having field replaceable or easy to maintain. The seat remains connected, and you just replace out the padding. So we kept with that same maintenance-free or friendly design, and but yet have given it new looks. Updated it to the year 2012 and beyond.
Now, can I sit in this right now?
Well, right now we actually have locked in place.
Okay,
It's
okay.
not. It's not a
Alright.
seat. It's just to be.
Well,
It's
one
just
thing
to look
I
pretty right
noticed,
now.
I noticed from like the other designs that are on the towers now is that the other ones, it seems very flat. Like it's flat and then
Yeah.
up, and you can feel. This one looks like it molds to your body.
Yeah, a little more comfortable.
A little more comfortable.
Now with advancement, I think people a lot of times get lazy or spoiled. They come up with an idea and it works, and then they don't revisit it. They think they need to move on, and S&S was guilty of that for a lot of years. And it's I've kind of taken the approach of the tower ride is what made us who we are. It gave us our character, it gave us our start. And why do we ignore the tower ride? Yes, it's very reliable. It's 99+% runtime, but it's also, it doesn't hurt to make things look a little more modern. Some of our towers have been in existence for 10+ years, and it's time to give them a new look.
Now, one question I had with this new 20C model, is that something old towers can go in and retrofit, or is this just for a brand new product?
Okay, the 20 seats would be for a brand new product, but any tower out there can retrofit the new look. That's not a problem.
All right, well, this is cool. Now,
I was going to say this is something that obviously I noticed. One, it's an interesting concept for not only the tower but the coaster design.
Yes.
But two, you have King's Dominion in the background. That's my home park.
Now, there's two sides to this model right there. There's the polar coaster and the Sky Spire. This one you're looking at is the Sky Spire. This would be a competitor to an observation wheel. And whereas an observation wheel, if you're on the right-hand side, you only see the right-hand side of view, right? When you're in the Sky Spire, you have a corkscrew lift, very slow, and again, it's meant to be like a wheel, so the ride time on this is 40 minutes plus. But you get a chance to sit with your family or whoever your friends, and you get a chance to see 360-degree view. And then at the top, whether you just stay on and come back down, or you get out and you walk in a gift shop or an observation deck or enjoy lunch at a restaurant.
possibly a lounge?
A lounge, yes.
All right.
This just
With beer.
Yeah.
this just happens to be a way that we can integrate our core expertise, which is one of our cores is tower rides, and instead of trying to be one more wheel out there, give a customer something different to look at.
And now something that shocks me over here is how tall you can go with these things.
Yes, obviously superstructures. If you're at 300 meters, 1,000 feet, that would be something to write about.
Yeah, that definitely. Nobody's going to see that and not want to go up there.
For, like you have the concert tonight, so this could be like an LED sign that wraps around the bottom of it that you can use to sell things around the park or sell your park itself, because obviously at anywhere over 300 feet or plus, you can see, like, for instance, at King's Dominion, if it was right here, you'd be able to see it from the highway, and boom, you'd be getting off and going to a concert.
Exactly.
Now, this isn't the only cool tower concept.
This is a family. Now, you might notice here, licensed under U.S. Thrill Rides, Mr. Bill Kitchen, if you remember him from the Sky Coaster days and the skydiving simulators. He and I have been working together for many, many years, and he has patented the corkscrew lift system, not so much on this, but if we go the other side to what we call the polar coaster, it's taking a tower, observation deck, and a roller coaster and putting it all in one.
Well, let's go see that.
Yeah.
Now, you'll notice there's two color of track. That's just for illustration purpose only. But what you need to know about most roller coasters is that chain lifts are all straight, right? They go at a certain angle for a certain distance, give you your height, and then gravity feeds the coaster from there. Well, notice the red is what we call our lift track. That is a corkscrew lift track. It's a rack and pinion based system. So you have a push cart. That push cart or pull cart takes our El Loco vehicle to the top, and then this literally gives you El Loco features and inversions, goes beyond.
You could go upside down?
Yes.
Oh.
So this allows the park to say, I want a family friendly or I want an extreme. We then take, whether it's a 6-inch wheel for the El Loco or a 12-inch wheel for high speeds, we take that vehicle 4 or 8 seats. The reason we do that instead of a train is your maneuverability is so much greater with a smaller vehicle. You can do tighter turns and radii. But if you'll notice here that we basically have this tower heights from 200 feet to 300 feet for the coaster. Track length about 2,400, but the tower diameter is only 50 feet. So we take all that punch literally in about a 50, 60 foot diameter. So for people who need a coaster but don't have a lot of space, This is just, much like a tower ride, you have an ability to get a lot of punch for the ground used. Very efficient use of ground.
And it's something that's visually striking too.
Visually striking. You get the ooh-ah factor, but again, you also get to use what you lose in the ground, you pick up, if you choose, in an observation deck, souvenir shop, restaurant, lounge, all those kinds of things up here.
And that's would that be accessible through like an elevator in the center?
Yes.
Or
for those who don't want the coaster, they just simply take an elevator up and they can enjoy it with their family. We're featuring a glass floor. So people can go up, wait for their family, they can see them coming at them and then watch them disappear.
That's awesome, because I know I've been I'm at CN Tower and I've seen the glass floor up there, and that's really freaky. And this would have the dynamic of also watching your friends and family and looking straight down 300
The Indian
feet.
Reservation out by Las Vegas has that huge glass floor that people can look down to the bottom of the Grand Canyon through. So that's a fun feature.
But wait, there's still more at the S&S booth, isn't there? Moving on to what I think might have been the most exciting thing you guys are doing.
If you remember, in 2009, S&S was awarded Ride of the Year for our Free Fly. The Free Fly uses a patented 360-degree, basically knuckle. It allows you to remain upright, okay, as the vehicle goes through a barrel roll, much like the clocks or the hands of a clock go around 360 degrees. The Free Fly was meant to be a family coaster. Free Fly X, we lose the canoe or the inline seating. We then take a true suspended coaster, stack the armatures together, and now we can have a train of 24, 28 passengers. And this video is a little aggressive just to teach the principle, but you get some side-to-side sway based on who you're partnered up with and the weight difference. Well, each ride has a little bit different ride dynamic, much like a spinning coaster. So you get a good experience every time you ride.
Not only that, but you have front and back seats, so you can ride back.
Well, our preference would be all forward-facing. I don't want to develop a vomit comet. Okay.
Yeah, the backwards and the spinning and the moving.
But we pictured it that way because that's the most efficient use of monies. Now, the other one, if you want to take a video of that, I'll talk, is our 4D free spin. And let's talk about that for a minute. Whereas Free Fly X comes from the Free Fly family, protected, patented of a 360-degree longitudinal spinning. This is our newest product in our 4D family. You know the 4D coaster, you know X. If you know about X, you know that it requires a mechanical, or what we call fifth rail, but a mechanical device to spin the seats. Here we take a small footprint, much like we did in the El Loco. And I'll show you the footprint. But rather than using a fifth rail, we use basically a round disc that has magnets on it and then a blade. And we use the magnetic technology to encourage a forward or a backward flip. But we can basically guarantee what you're going to have by simply, we understand what a minimum weight, a maximum weight, and an average weight is. And on those that we want to make sure they flip over, then of course, through magnetic technology, we encourage that irrespective of the weight. Those may be underweight, and some will get kind of a spin. They might get all the way over, they might not, which makes them want to ride again. So this becomes a great product. But you'll notice 15 meters by, I gotta take my glasses off to see that. 15 by 50 meters, very small footprint. One of our competitors kind of saw our 4D technology and tried to beat us at our own game. We come back, and with the magnetic technology and with the face-to-face seating, we can control the weight distribution. Whereas when they're back-to-back, you have 4 bodies, 4 weight factors, and you encourage the boring to the dangerous. We take that out, bring them facing each other, minimize the swivel weight there, and so in a bell-shaped curve, every ride is more fun. So,
I didn't even. So you're going up the lift, and you're going to be looking at your buddy sitting across from you?
on half of it. When you're going up, you're facing each other. As soon as you go over the top, you're facing away. As soon as you come back in second wave, you're now facing each other. Third wave, you're not facing each other. As you come back in the station, you're facing each other again. So you appear, disappear, appear, disappear. It's just that extra fun element of watching someone. But what's interesting is whoever your buddy is going up, when you turn around, you're now buddies with the next car behind you that you never saw. Okay, so it does make for an interactive, fun type of coaster. It's off-the-shelf bogies, off-the-shelf spoon, just like our 4D. Instead of mechanically driving it, we use magnetic. So, yeah, it's a new product from a standpoint of ride, but it's not a new product when it comes to the hardware. It's proven bogies, it's proven spoon, it's proven magnetic. Everything's proven. It's just we're packaging different, much like a custom coaster, right? You can have the same vehicle. This is a 4D vehicle. All we did is lose the gearing of the fifth rail to force the somersault. So those are our new rides for this year, our new enhancements. So we've contributed to the Tower family, we've contributed to the Free-Fi family, and we've contributed to the 4D family. And teamed up with US Thrill Rides on the observation tower and coaster concept.
Thank you so much for talking to us. We've been all over the floor, and personally, from my standpoint, I think you guys are the best new concepts on the entire show floor.
You guys are sweet. Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right,
Appreciate
thanks so much.
And we look forward to talking to you next year.
Yes.
To figure out what this is that you're not telling us this year.
Absolutely.
Okay. We'll have some announcements next year for you.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
All right, that's it.
Thank
We're
you.
clear.